Welcome back to Redbirds on the Arch. My name's Aiden Gray. I've got Tyler Zumwalt with me in my top left. I've got Tyler Gettinger below me. Might be different on your guys' screens, but they are here. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Wonderful.
Tyler just got back from Rome. He's actually in a hotel again because he is
I don't sleep in my own
doing
bed.
a softball tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've only slept in my own bed about 10 times in the last 2 months, so we're going on a pretty good streak here of not being in my own house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Tyler, or TZ, in the top left, and I went to Blogger Day. Was it this past weekend? 2 weekends ago?
Past week.
It was a week ago.
Yeah.
Vibin got destroyed. Watched PCA do some things to us I wish I didn't have to see. But we have a fun episode here for you guys. We're going to talk about some roster movement, some roster changes, go over some series that are coming up, maybe some past series, and maybe some moves with the starting rotation. And this is all coming to you here on Redbirds on the Arch. All right, Tyler. What should we talk about first? Do you want to talk about your Leahy Dobbins, or do you want to save that?
Well, before we get into all this stuff. Well, I just want to ask you guys. First off, you kind of mentioned it, but how was Blogger Day, and what was like your biggest takeaway, or the thing you enjoyed the most? Well, I guess we'll start with Aiden.
First off, it was great. I mean, it was just good seeing, people across the space on Twitter and the podcasting world and article writing world. It was just good to finally meet a lot of these people in person rather than hanging out with them, and texting with them over the phone. But I don't know. Everybody was just really cool. And if I took anything away from this experience, in terms of like Heim Bloom, I'm guessing you're asking.
Well, it's just anything. Like it could be anything from the food to Heim Bloom to, obviously the people are awesome and.
I'll give you one about the party in general and one about Heim Bloom. The one about the party is just everybody was so welcoming.
Yeah.
When it came to like people in the cards org. So, Heim Bloom was really welcoming. The guy who set it up, Carson, super welcoming. So it was just really nice to, I guess, feel appreciated.
Feel recognized
for our work.
Yeah.
That they wanted us to come out and hang out. So that was really nice. And then I guess if I took one thing away from Heim Bloom being there, he's just cool. That's it. Like, he's just a cool guy. He's chill. So
yeah. I'm a quick.
Yeah.
Did he remember you?
Yes.
He did.
He did remember me. Yes.
Remember you from what?
No comment.
Yeah. There you go.
No comment. But all I'll say is I walked up and the first thing he said was, "Why do I recognize you?" And then I told him the story on why he recognized me, and as soon as I said it, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I know exactly who you are." And I was like, "Oh, bet. Nice." Yeah, no. So.
Okay. So, moving on.
He knows a lot of people, so to be recognized by him, that's pretty good.
Did he recognize you, TZ? That's the next question.
He said,
He
said you're the good-looking Tyler from Redbirds on the Arch. And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, yeah. He's like, you also seem like the guy with like the most like ball knowledge. And I'm like, yeah,
The most.
obviously.
And then he gave TZ a job.
Yeah, I did go up to him, and I was like, hey, well, everybody got to go up to him, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he meant to do, but everybody basically got in a line and greeted him, and he shook everybody's hand, so that was pretty cool. And then when I was up talking to him, I had someone butt in front of me. I was trying to be with Aiden, but I got separated from them, and then but my time out there, I was like, hey, I was like, if you're ever hiring, you know, you need an assistant or whatever, like, I'm available. And he's like, hiring season is coming up. And I was like, well, your people already got my email, so have your people let me know. I'm here.
Yeah. That's such a baller move. You got my email.
Yeah, I was like, your people got my email, so
Yeah.
hit me up.
That's awesome.
Hey, he laughs. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's a win right there in itself.
Yeah.
Getting a win, getting a laugh.
Yeah. TZ, anything about just the in general experience that you really enjoyed or stood out to you?
Well, first I want to say the loss is probably on me. We're winning 1-0 when I left, so that's on me. I'll take it. I'll take the loss on the chin, boys. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Get some good food. I don't really drink much, but I got one drink, you know, just to kind of say I got one. It was all good. Yeah.
Yep.
Food was great.
Hopefully they have it again next year, and we all get invited, and you're not in Rome. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It just kind of worked out with, you know, me helping doing the coaching on the softball stuff. I kind of had to fit it in where we don't have tournaments. And we have tournaments every weekend in June, and then first 2 weekends in July. So if it was going to fit in before I got back to school, it had to be this first, you know, right after I got out of college. So but the one thing that really stood out to me, and I wasn't there, so I don't know this quite, but I heard from multiple people that Heim stayed, you know, 2 innings after pretty much the start of the game, and just kept talking to people. And I mean, I was with Mo his last year, right? Last year I was at Blogger Day, and you know, Mo's just, you know, I guess it's just personality, and that's nothing on Mo. I'm sure he's a very busy man and had stuff to do, but Mo didn't do that, right? He didn't stay, you know, after his 45-minute allotted like interview. I mean, he pretty much got out of there, took a few pictures with us, but Heim and his communication is just kind of incredible, and I think both of you saw that, you know, last Saturday.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but somebody asked a question during the Q&A, and then after he took his last question, like, the guy walked up to him, was talking to him, and then nobody, like, really got in line. I don't think anybody, like, knew what to do. I think people were just kind of like, okay. But then after he stopped talking with the one guy, I'm sorry, I wish I knew his name. I didn't get to meet everybody there. He walked up to the DTC crew, and then people were like, oh, okay, yeah, like he wants to stay and like wants to talk to people, and then a line kind of formed. So then everybody kind of talked, and then a line kind of went away, and he was still just like casually talking to people for probably a couple innings. He was maybe there till like top second, maybe bottom second. Like, he was there for a while. So
yeah,
it was just really cool to see that. Very personable.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he was there, but it was surprising seeing him there that as long as he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, boys.
Yeah, really, really cool on his end.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, guys. My Italy trip was fun. Got to see a lot of cool things. Wouldn't.
Yeah.
As much as
I showed everybody your photo of the like waterfall.
Yeah.
I was like, look at this. What Farman said does. So I'm like, it looks fake, don't it? I did tell everybody that you weren't good enough to be invited this year, and they were like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, his stuff just wasn't as good." I was like, if we really think about it, he has the least amount of followers per post, and they're like, "Oh, you might be right on that."
Yeah, you did say that. I do remember that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a fun experience, and you know, I wouldn't change anything for the world though. Rome was super fun, super unique experience, something I might never ever experience ever again in my life. So,
yeah.
You know, I'll be back next year though, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just gotta get my as TZ said, I just gotta get my post to follower ratio up, and then I can come back.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you I said that.
Yeah. Josh and Andrew were geeking at that joke. That was a good
They
joke.
all loved it. Scott,
Yeah. They thought it was great.
Thomas, all of them.
Okay, boys, you want to get into some roster move stuff? I guess we'll start.
Yeah.
Well, let's just start with the most immediate news. Lars Nootbaar was back on Friday. Good to see him back.
Yeah.
Hit lead off because JJ's banged up with a groin injury, but Nootbaar came up, so JC came down. I guess we'll start with Nootbaar. Aiden, what does Lars Nootbaar bring to this team, and how does this change the length of the lineup?
It brings depth. We've been talking about for a while now that the Cardinals need some help. Really 5 through 9, 6 through 9. And the Cardinals adding Lars Nootbaar, who has been a solid on-base present for this team, does nothing but help this lineup. So it's really good to have him back, kind of fill in that left field position that had a hole in it, and kind of find some stability there. So that's really nice. I know we've kind of talked about how we're going to set up the lineup with him in it. I know we all kind of have different ideas. Like, I know you had him batting leadoff, JJ going down to the 3 hole, and then I guess Burleson moving down to 5. I don't know if this was brought up. Maybe TZ said it. I wouldn't hate if JJ batted leadoff and then Newt went 3 hole and Burley went 5. I don't know. There are multiple ways you could do it. You could even have Nootbaar go 5 hole if you needed, because you like the way 1 through 4 is set up already.
Yeah.
So it brings a lot of depth. It's nice seeing like a familiar face out there too. It feels like this has been an anticipated move, which it has been, and we've all just kind of quietly and just have been sitting here patiently, and it's finally here. So
Yeah.
he had a good game too. So
yeah,
it's nice.
TZ. I guess since
Aiden
brought up the lineup stuff, you can hop into that, or you can make your comments about just how he affects the lineup, and then go into where you might want to place him.
Yeah, this lineup needed some depth to it. Like, we all know 1 through 4 are basically driving the offense, and 5 through 9 have been a little rough. Like, I still like Wynn's bat. He's the 6-hole hitter, and that's probably where he's going to stay. And I mean, that's a decent bat. I'm not saying he's
amazing. Yeah,
a bat like the top 4, but it's a decent bat for 6. But it's basically 5, and then 7 through 9 are really bad. So to add one of those, to add Newt, and again, Newt's not going to be. I don't expect him to be top tier bad like Walker or JJ, but it's still a big upgrade from the bats you did have down at the bottom of the lineup. So it should be a huge spark, especially a guy with that kind of energy, bringing that to the game and into the locker room. I'm sure they all love that. So I expect Newt to be a big boost to this team, and I think it kind of showed last night. Hopefully JJ's what is it? His back?
Groin.
His groin.
Groin. I hope hopefully his groin heals fast, and we can see what this lineup looks fully healthy.
It's not fully healthy, but it's close to fully healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
at least the main pieces are healthy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys nailed it. Like, Lars Nootbaar brings depth to this lineup. A lot of depth. Not necessarily the guy that's gonna hit for a ton of average, but he's gonna get on base a lot because he's got a really good eye. I think he's gonna be really, really good with the ABS. Like, I think he's gonna be one of the better ABS challengers in the league. But yeah, I guess I know TZ didn't really mention where you'd have him at, or Aiden kind of mentioned where you'd have him, but you didn't mention it. But I'd personally have him in the 1 hole. I think just his on-base percentage and kind of his ability to get on base, but not necessarily drive in runs, kind of leads itself to like the first spot. And then JJ, who I think can hit for a bit more average and a bit more, run driving in type of ability. I think he'd fit really nicely in that 3 hole.
Yeah. I don't think you can really mess it up, the lineup, and Now it's giving you a little bit of flexibility. Like maybe you try him in the one hole, and like this stuff starts to die down a little bit. You switch him and JJ from 1 to 3 and all that. Like at least you can mix these guys up a little bit more than you've been able to the past 2 months or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. Anything else on Newt, or can we go to the corresponding move for him?
We can go to the corresponding move.
So the corresponding move was Thomas Saggese finally gets sent down, and hopefully he's actually sent down and not sent down for 12 hours and then recalled back up for another injury. But yeah, I think I'll nail this, and I'm not sure you guys will have more to come on it. But Thomas Saggese, he needed a reset, right? Like he struggled. He's got a little bit better more lately as he's kind of gotten a little bit more playing time. But he needed a reset. He needed full-time reps to kind of get into his groove. I mean, he's a very aggressive swinger that just kind of swings at everything and tries to make, solid contact. But when you don't play a full-time role, that like swing at everything kind of mentality sometimes can get you into a lot of trouble. And I mean, that's what we saw with Saggese through the first, third of the season so far. So allowing him to kind of get everyday reps and kind of get that approach kind of dialed back in a little bit will be really important for him. And I'd imagine he'll have, he had success at AAA before coming up last year, and I'd imagine he's going to have AAA success again this time. So good for Thomas to get a reset, and hopefully he'll come back. And I still think there's a path for him being a future, utility guy on this team.
Yeah, he's played much better recently. I think when he goes the other way with authority, like how he did
on that triple.
Was it against the Rangers? Yeah, on that triple. Something's clicking with him. Obviously, like you said, there wasn't a whole lot of consistency. So that'll obviously affect him, but I felt like he was slowly finding a groove, and it was probably the right time for him to go down just because since he is finding that groove, let him find that groove even more in a full-time role, and then let him come back up if he succeeds against AAA. Plus, Brian Torres has been playing well since he's come up, so I felt like, and he's another utility guy, so I feel like you couldn't send him down. For me, I mean, he's been good recently.
Yeah,
he's played good defense. He's driving the ball. He's hit a couple extra base hits. So, I mean, Heim was just forced to play his cards, and he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope JC gets a lot of playing time at third base, because if this Gorman stuff just like continues to go downhill, like maybe the second half of the season they could call JC back up and just give him a shot to play third base like every day for the rest of the season, just to see what it looks like.
It's not a bad idea.
Give you a good outlook on the team going into the off season, see what you want to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the few. I mean, we could talk about the Gorman stuff and the third base stuff all day. I made a few posts last night about it because it's just. I mean, people are clamoring for Blaze Jordan, but the Cardinals haven't played Blaze Jordan at third base in a week.
Yeah, they're telling you everything with that.
Yeah.
He's never going to play everyday third baseman.
Yeah,
up in the majors.
So I mean, you're looking at Urias, who is, he's probably a solid player, might be their best third baseman currently, but he's not a future piece on this team. And then it's Saggese. I mean, for me, he's probably not a future piece on this team. Let's be honest. So I mean, you're really banking on either Gorman to turn it around, which doesn't seem like it's anywhere close to being, fruition, and hasn't been for his last 3 years, right? Or it's Saggese finding his groove again, and probably being a league average hitter, but a league average hitter at third base at this point for the St. Louis Cardinals would be really nice. So if Saggese can find his groove and get to where his potential's at, and he's the youngest of the group, so.
Yeah,
I think he could be an Edman type player and all that. And Edman, I think, started third base when, like, his first year up. He switched positions like every year, but third base I think was his first year, and then we traded for Arenado, and he moved to like second or short, and then the other one, and then center, and then he was just utility guy.
Yeah.
Sags plays a good third base too, so
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
He could get a bit more arm
Yeah.
strength, obviously, but
hmm
but
It gives you some. It just gives you another bat to like see, like especially if this is a rebuilding year. Like you don't want to just sit JC on the bench all season, or just have him down in AAA when you're like trying to figure out what your team is.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, well, another third base option and a center field option are both rehabbing in Memphis right now after, injuries. So Ramon Urias, who I mentioned there in the third base conversation, might be their best current third baseman, even though he's in his 30s. Um, he started his rehab after what was a forearm strain, I believe, or something with the arm. Can't exactly
Yeah.
remember, but he started his rehab. And then probably the more important one for the Cardinals, current and future, is Nathan Church started his rehab after his short time on the IL from a shoulder strain. So um, I guess I think most of our focus in this kind of segment right here is going to be on Nathan Church, since I mean there's an obvious replacement there, and yeah, but I guess we can mention Ramon Urias, but I'll throw it over to you, Aiden, first. Why is Nathan Church's return so important, and what do you hope to see kind of on the roster moves and on the way out there?
Well, he should probably take over center field. Victor Scott, unfortunately, just has not played the way I know he's wanted to play. He's not played the way the front office has wanted him to play. He's not played the way the fans have wanted him to play. So it's time to, whether it's a temporary shift or whether it's a full shift or a permanent shift, Nathan Church needs to take over center. I mean, he's got almost not as good of defenses as Victor Scott, but he plays a well above average center field. Great sprint speed, has good range, also has a better arm than Victor Scott. So plays really good defensively. But the bat is it's so much better than Victor Scott's. I mean,
hmm
he could be a league average hitter, even slightly below league average hitter, and the lineup's even better, just because unfortunately Victor Scott's just been that bad. So Nathan Church has some pop. I mean, he's hit like what, 5, 6 home runs. He's got good contact. He's striking out a lot right now, or I guess
But pre-injury,
before his injury, chasing a lot, but that's just getting adjusted to major league pitching. So we'll see how it is when he returns. But we were talking before the season started that maybe Nathan Church gets some kind of runway over Victor Scott, and I think that's come to fruition, and that's going to be the reality of how things are handled here in June. So Nathan Church, you got to roll, dude. Run away with it. Let's see what you can do.
PZ.
Didn't Church get a lot of games last year at center too? Like,
He
wasn't it last year where we were talking about like he could win the Gold Glove, but I don't think he got enough games in or something.
I don't
Vic
remember.
Vic got hurt, and he played a lot of center field there down the stretch for the Cardinals, and
Yeah,
he had like a ridiculous like 3 outs above average in like 27 games or something like that. Like he was on pace for like even being better than Vic was almost.
yeah. So I don't think the difference on their defense is that big, but if Church can hit what what's Scott hitting like 200 hitting average, and if Church is hitting like 240, I mean that's a
I
big
mean,
jump right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
And
the OPS difference is like what is it like? Church was at like 670 and Scott's at like 500 flat basically.
yeah, that's a huge difference. And then on top of that, like even Aiden said, Church's arm's probably a little better. So like it's just a big difference in a team. And just like how we said, like Newt just from the bottom half of this lineup is a huge difference. Like he's not a superstar, but it's just a big difference between the players. So I hope he does get that center field job. I hope he's not doesn't turn into the fourth outfielder. I would rather Scott be like the fourth outfielder, and then late in games like Velazquez can pinch hit for Church, and then Scott subs in for Velazquez, for defense.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It gives your team options like that. But
yeah.
Who do you guys even think the moves are for them?
That was gonna be my next question, right? Because like Velazquez doesn't have options. Neither does Fermin. So if they get sent down or out, they're gonna be DFA'd. So your options so I think Torres is one of the obvious ones. As much as he's played really well, I think.
Yeah.
I think with him having options and these other guys not having options, it could be interesting there with Torres probably getting sent down. Then the other guy that has options is I guess Gorman's got options left, and then Scott's got options left. But if they have Church coming back off a shoulder injury, shoulder injuries are a little weird, right? Like, you never quite know how a player's going to bounce back from that. So I do feel like they might have Scott still here, just as like a safety net, or to play, maybe 2 out of every 4 games, and have Church play 4 out of the 6 during a week. So I'd be surprised if they sent Scott down. So I do think we might see maybe a Fermin finally gets DFA'd, or as much as he's played well, maybe you think you can DFA him then find a trade for him for some sort of international bonus pool money or a lower tier prospect, or Nelson Velazquez gets the boot. So it'll be interesting because there's not very many options, to be honest with you.
Urias could get the boot, no?
Yeah, I guess Urias.
Like I feel like that doesn't, we didn't ever mention that in our one group chat. Like personally, I don't think there's a need for Urias anymore. Especially with Brian Torres on the team, who can play anywhere. Fermin can play anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's probably the better right-handed bat in my eyes than Ramon Urias is. Nelson Velazquez is there. Yeah. I'd rather have his bat on the roster.
Urias is tearing up lefties, though, I think. So, if he's your third baseman starter against lefties, I don't think they're going to cut him. I think your options are one of the catchers are going down or getting traded.
I guess Pages could.
Yeah.
Pages could go down,
that's one of the
but I don't think they want to do that.
I don't think they're going to do that either.
I don't think they want to, but I think Torres has been playing good, but I think they're going to send him down too.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think that's the most likely outcome.
I think Torres is one of them. I don't know which one, but I think he's one of them. And then I think the other one's going to be most likely a catcher.
Yeah, interesting.
I wish. I just don't think that's how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to operate with 3 catchers on the team.
I don't think it's going to be a catcher. I think they're going to have to make the hard decision between a Fermin DFA and a Scott send down. And that's going to be the decision that Chaim Bloom's going to have to make.
Do you think that's why they maybe played Fermin in center that one game? Do you think they were really sitting there and they were like, let's see if he's compatible enough for center field? If he plays a decent enough center field, then that's our 4th outfielder, and we can send Victor Scott down.
I think Nuke could play center field too occasionally.
Stop that. No, don't. He just got back from injury. No shot. This guy needs to stay on the field.
Yeah, they want him to stay healthy, but fuck, if he plays center field once a week, that's not bad. He's a good defensive player.
Knowing Ardluck, he'd break his leg playing center field one of those weeks.
You guys act like there's such a big difference between playing left and center field.
There is. It's a huge difference.
Not
that big of one.
And the other reason they might be able to send Scott down is I feel, I don't know how the Cardinals feel, but I feel very comfortable with Brian Torres in center. I don't know how the Cardinals feel.
I do too.
I don't know how the Cardinals feel about that, but I think he's pretty much an average center fielder. Not below average, he's average.
Yeah, like I said, you have 2 options there. You have Brian Torres, like you said, and we have Jose Fermin. They tested him out in center, and he was fine. it just feels like you could get both of those guys in multiple times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like each of them could play 2 times a week.
Yeah. And maybe
Like, I don't feel that way about Victor Scott.
Yeah.
Like, he might come in to pinch run.
Yeah.
He might come in as a defensive replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
One of their decisions could come down to sending Scott or Gorman down.
I don't think they're going to touch
Well, you can't
Gorman.
send Gorman down now because I don't even know who would play third base with JC gone now.
I mean, when Urias comes, that would be the Urias move. And then you would have Torres, Fermin, or Urias starting third. You got 3 guys.
I think Vic's much more likely to get sent down than Gorman is. I still don't think they're touching Gorman.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I don't think they're touching Gorman either.
Okay.
And Vic could actually, similar to Jason, could use a reset. Like, this guy could use a.
Yeah.
He needs to work on.
Scott makes a lot of sense.
He needs to just work on stuff, right? Like he's just kind of all over the place. You can kind of tell the way he takes his at bats. Like, he's just not really confident in anything right now.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I wish I could make some kind of argument for Victor, like, oh, he's getting on base and he's stealing bases, but he only has like 8 or 9 stolen bases right now through.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's
like
that many, is it?
Almost 70 games.
Yeah.
And he's not really getting on base, so.
He had 2 in the first opener.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's only got like 8,
he's got
maybe
8.
9.
Yeah. He had
He's got 8.
He had a good game last night.
I think his at bats have been looking better.
Yeah.
Lately. I know they still haven't been playing out as well, but I don't feel like he's been up there whiffing, like just chasing everything, like kind of like Gorman almost does, and Walker in the past couple of years. He hasn't looked like that. Like, I feel like I've seen good vision up there from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, Walker had a good game last night, by the way. Just a quick shout out.
Yeah. Especially after what was it, the Rangers series, his first 2 games.
Yeah, he was
0 for 7 with
rough.
7 Ks, and then
he was rough.
to bounce back from that last game in Texas, and then last night. I mean, that's really good to see, and that's what like an MVP candidate does, right? Like, they don't let a little cold stretch affect how they play.
2 doubles, a single.
Yeah.
He played well.
Can we all like kind of agree, like, this is who Walker is now? Like, this isn't like
we
a one-hit wonder. Well, I just think you have to see like a few different times where they hit a slump, and he's done that at least 2 times this season now, and he's bounced back very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think that's very good to see out of him, and like now you're like actually growing confidence. This is the guy he can be, not only for this season but for future years.
I still wonder if he's this peak. Like, I still wonder if he's going to keep up like 900 OPS production. Like, I think. Yeah. But I have a lot more confidence that he's going to at least be like an 800 OPS guy. Like, I don't think he's ever going to go back to like a 600 or 500 OPS guy ever in his career after this streak.
Yeah, exactly. That's very good to see, especially after the past 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And did you guys see the interview last night with him out in the field?
No.
He was very like. Chip and Brad were asking him, like, they actually interviewed him while he was in the field, like they do on the national broadcast. And Chip, I think, or it was Brad that asked him about some of his swing changes, and he basically said, like, I'm not going to talk about him. Like, I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing different. I don't want to even think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a mental thing, I think.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And plus, you probably don't want to tell people and then be like, oh, this is what he's doing, so this is how we pitch to him now.
Yeah.
Like, we got to counter it, too.
Yeah.
So, like, I get that.
He was
Which they have that swing data in front of them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
He was basically like, I'm feeling better in the box. I'm feeling more athletic. And then that was basically the extent of the answer. Like, he didn't talk about, like, any.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Very good.
So, good on Jordan. I guess we'll get into our I don't know if this is our final or we'll talk a little bit about these previous few series, but last night, Kyle he goes 4 innings, gets blown up in the first inning, kind of bounces back pretty well in the next 3, but only gets you through.
Wait. Time out.
Okay.
We didn't finish all of the transactions, the moves.
Oh, we got 3 more. 2 or 3 more.
Also, Swanson is back up.
Swансon's back up.
Fern is hurt.
Back pain. Don't we all have back pain?
Pretty much, yeah. Fern is
from carrying this
is
podcast
hurt right now. Yeah, exactly. Fern is down. Swanson back up. I don't think Jimmy Crooks was up last time.
Oh yeah.
We did this, so Jimmy Crooks is up now.
Velazquez. And
Velazquez.
Pozo
went down.
And
Prieto went down.
And then Matt
I'm
Puchard
sad
got.
to see Pozo sent down.
Then the last one, Matt Puchard got sent back to the Marlins. So which
gone forever.
Which one do we want to address first?
I want to address Cooper Zerpe first, though.
Oh, he's back.
I mean, he's back. All right. 1 inning yesterday.
Got a K.
1 K.
Nothing else.
No hits. No walks.
Wow.
It was good.
Inning,
it was good to see him on a mound in a
game.
professional game. So,
good job, Coop.
You know, it's just more pitching prospect depth. You can never go wrong with that.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see that he's back on a big league mound.
Yeah.
Revamping for us for
Springfield,
hopefully
Memphis.
forever.
Yeah.
and beyond that. So
shout out Coop.
Shout out Coop. We're excited.
How'd this stuff look?
I don't know.
It was in the FCL, so it was on a backfield, and no one ever gets anything from the backfield. So we'll see.
I heard he was throwing 105. So
shut up.
He previously topped out at 95, 96. So he's now pitching 105.
Yeah.
They got him the what's the guy from the? Well, I can't remember the movie. I'm not very good at movies.
You didn't even describe the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Who cares? We're moving on. Yeah, good to see Coop back. Hopefully we get him at Palm Beach and Springfield soon enough. I hope they keep him as a starter. That's just my preference. But I understand since he's on the 40-man now, if they want to make him a reliever and try to really fast track him to the major leagues.
Mm-hmm.
We could use a lefty bullpen arm, especially if JoJo's traded.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Okay.
You also got Michael Watson, though.
Yeah, we got Michael Watson. He's fine.
He's waiting.
So let's move on to, I guess we'll go on date order, right? So I think the first one was Jimmy Crooks.
Yep.
And Nelson Velazquez were up. Was that the day Matt Puchard got DFA'd?
No, I think it was later.
Okay. But
maybe.
But
I can't remember.
Yoel Pozo and Cesar Prieto went down. I'll just address Prieto real quick. 0 hits and 17 at bat, 0 walks. Was swinging at everything, missing everything. Not another good stint from him after his brief stint was really bad last year. So, he's one of those guys who swings a ton and makes a lot of contact in the minor leagues, but that swinging a ton mentality has kind of hurt him in the major leagues. So, it was pretty obvious that he should have been sent down, and good to see it happen. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Yoel Pozo is the more interesting one because he really felt like a clubhouse guy. I know TZ really likes the clutchness of his ABs, and he was coming on a little bit better lately. But I mean, again, it just makes sense if you want Jimmy Crooks up here to play, and he deserves to be up here. Yoel unfortunately just had to be the guy that got sent down.
Yeah.
Anything on either of those two moves? I guess TZ.
It's just nice having a catcher back there who not only has been a decent hitter so far, but he's made some really impressive defensive plays in terms of like blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's made some really good ABS challenges as well. So it's nice having a catcher back there where you just feel more confident, I guess you could say, at least at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, TZ.
I'm happy to see Crooks up here. I'd rather see him than Pajes. I don't trust Pajes at the plate, like, at all. He'll always hit, like, the most random home run, I feel like, and it's usually pretty good, but...
he hits it a far away, usually.
Yeah, I feel like it's always against the Cubs for some reason. Maybe that's not right, but that's what it feels like. And then...
Maybe.
I did not like the Pozo being sent down because Pozo is like the most clutch hitter on the team. I know a lot of people hate him, but he's a bench righty bat. I don't think he was getting a lot of opportunities like he should have been. He kind of was at the end there, but now Velazquez is getting those opportunities, and Velazquez has looked actually better than Pozo did. So good for Velazquez and good for the Cardinals.
Velazquez is a true bench bat. Like that's a bench bat that almost every team has. That's on a World Series team, right? Like,
yeah,
they have that power bench bat that maybe swings and misses a bit, but like, if the Cardinals, and we're getting way ahead of ourselves, if the Cardinals make it to the playoffs, Velazquez is your guy that comes in the 7th or 8th inning, and that guy's gonna get you that big double or that big home run. Like every team has that guy. And it just makes much more bench construction sense to have that big right-handed bat off the bench that you can go to, in a pinch hit situation versus a Pozo, or, they were pinch hitting for Mean a lot. And it's just like, a Velazquez makes a lot more sense from that pure pinch hit / play against lefties role.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Because, like, I feel like if you want a bench bat, like, I want my bench bats to have some sort of power. Like, I like Luke and Baker as a bench bat in that role. Obviously, it didn't exactly work out, but, like I like that type of bench bat, and I think every team should have, like, a power bench bat.
Like Juan Yepes.
Yeah. I mean, we all remember that Phillies game where Juan Yepes came in and hit the pinch hit bomb.
Did. Yep, I believe it was the 7th inning bomb, too.
Yeah. So,
Cardinals legend.
It's really. So, yeah, I mean, and then Matt Pouchard, we can just breeze over that. He wasn't effective. He never really looked comfortable at the major league level. It wasn't really a surprise that he didn't make it. So, wish him luck back in Miami, but yeah.
What was that game he blew up in? Was it the Brewers?
Might have been one of the Brewers.
No. Or Rangers?
No, it's before
Blogger Day.
Was it that day?
It was Blogger Day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was watching on my phone driving to the wedding, so I don't remember exactly what game it was. I mean, I'm
pretty sure
anymore.
It was Blogger Day.
But I remember watching it, and I was like, man, this is rough. Like, this guy cannot get it out. There was a ball that dropped in front of Scott, and I'm like, man, like, I was even upset at Scott for that, because he might not have been able to get to it, but you have a pitcher out there on the mound that can't get outs. Hey, I feel like you just got to go for it. You got to try to help him out. Like, if you miss, I mean, he's not getting outs anyways, so I don't know. I just wish he would have went for it a little harder.
Yeah.
At least tried to help that guy out, but
yeah,
is what it is. He's back in Miami. Is that right? He cleared waivers and went back to Miami?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I never saw it went official that he cleared waivers, but I saw that, that he was DFA'd, and if he did clear waivers, he would go to Miami.
Yep. So he went back to Miami.
Okay.
So Cardinals lose a little bit of pitching depth, but I guess, do you guys want to talk a little bit of the last few series, or do you guys want to? I mean, I guess we can get into a little bit of some minor league stuff that I kind of have seen over the few days.
Well, we're talking about pitching. We didn't talk about the Leahy
Oh,
stuff
yes.
yet.
Oh. See, guys, I was in Italy. I'm super jet lagged. I'm just totally messed up with today's agenda. So this is why I don't.
And this is why my back hurts.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, boys.
So Kyle, he threw 4 innings yesterday. Blew up in the first inning, but then had really good
Yeah.
3 bounce-back innings. But then Hunter Dobbins was the star of the show. Came in, finished all the 5 rest of the innings. Cardinals won 10-3. Struck out 6, only walked 2. He looked really sharp. I guess we'll start with Aiden. Do you think that the Kyle Leahy starter should maybe go into more Kyle Leahy piggyback or multi-inning reliever like he was last year, and Hunter Dobbins slides in since they already seem to be committed to him on the major league roster, or do you think that they should keep it like it is and we shouldn't mess with Hunter's success in the bullpen?
Hunter should start. I mean, we heard it here on Redbirds on the Arch. He said he likes to start. He doesn't like to come out of the bullpen. And if he doesn't like to come out of the bullpen and he's been this good out of the bullpen, he'll likely be a good starter. I mean, I think he's got better strikeout stuff than Leahy. I think Dobbins can make it through an order 3 times, which Kyle Leahy has not been able to do. Kyle Leahy's really good at getting through the order twice, but once he gets to that 3rd time through, which I know it's hard for pitchers to get through a lineup a 3rd time through, but Leahy just, like, he can't do it. And it's nothing against him. It's just, I don't know what it is. I guess hitters just get a read on him, figure out his tendencies, and just are able to figure him out. And I don't know, Dobbins just, like I said, his stuff is better. He's got strikeout stuff. We saw it yesterday or last night. I think it's time for Leahy to move back to the bullpen, have his role as a setup man, get you through some innings, and let Dobbins take over. So I think it's time that the Leahy starter experiment is over. Ends.
DZ.
Yeah. So we talked about the strikeout stuff. I mean, Dobbins had 6 strikeouts. Leahy had 1 yesterday. So Dobbins is definitely better in that category. I fell asleep during yesterday's game, so I didn't really see much of Dobbins. Honestly, if any at all. I fell asleep pretty early. But I remember, what was the first game he pitched? It was the Cubs game.
Pittsburgh.
All the way back.
No,
I meant to start.
I'm talking about the first time being called up this time.
Yeah, Cubs.
First batter was Bregman, hit a home run. It's a little scary seeing that first batter. I think within a couple batters, there was another big hit off the wall, big double off the wall. I don't remember who the batter was there, but it started off a little rough for him, but he settled down really well. He looked calm out there. I mean, that's very good to see out of your pitcher, to stay that calm and composed and settle down that well. And he looked good the rest of the game. I think he got a 4-inning save off of it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, I mean, you don't see that very often. And then, again, last night, like I said, I didn't see much of it, but by looking at the numbers and listening to people, sounds like he was just as good. So, except this time he didn't allow a home run, so he got 0 earned runs instead of that 1.
Well, what's the ERA in the season now? Like 2.7 something?
2.77. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So he's looking really good out there. Leahy, I just don't trust him starting. I think he's our worst starter right now. He was really good out of the bullpen last year. Our bullpen needs help. I would really like to see him back in that role. And like we talked earlier about adding Newt to the lineup, how he's not a superstar, but he's such a big jump from what you had. It's helped so much. I think Leahy's the same way. If you add that to the bullpen, it's a very big help from what you have. And I know Dobbins is down there right now, like he said, like you guys said, and like he told us, he doesn't like coming out of the bullpen. So
I think he said every time he comes out of the bullpen, he gets hurt. So
yeah, and he's coming off that what was it, ACL?
Yeah.
From last year, but that was covering first. It wasn't from pitching, but still, I say we give him a shot. I mean, even if he doesn't work out You know, I think we got some other guys I'd like to see more of. So like if he doesn't work out, you can send him back down. You keep Leahy in the bullpen, and maybe you call up Montz back up. Just give him a couple more starts. Like his one start he had, I don't think it was too bad. Um, so maybe he gets a longer shot. And also my guy Quinn Matthews, I really like him. Maybe you give him a couple starts and
Yeah.
see what it looks like up here.
Yeah.
So I like Leahy back in the bullpen, and our bullpen's a little rough, and it's going to be worse after the trade deadline, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's better for both guys, right? Like Quinn or not Quinn. TZ's got me on this Quinn train now, but Hunter, I mean, he's a starter, right? He's been a starter his whole career. He probably deserves to be a starter, and I mean, we saw it 5 innings, and I mean, he seems to be very effective. He's got a little bit better arsenal, a little bit wider arsenal to kind of attack hitters. And we've seen Kyle he be super, super effective in the 2 to 3 inning spurts, right? Like, once you get to that 4th or 5th inning, he's kind of blowing up as a starter. But innings 1 through 3, he's been really good as a starter. And he's been really good in 1 to 3 inning spurts in the bullpen. So for both guys, it kind of maximizes both their value and, their effectiveness and kind of where they seem to be most comfortable. So I think that would be a very smart choice to kind of swap those two. And, maybe Kale, he can, if you want to keep him stretched out as a starter, right, you can give him the piggyback opportunity where he's throwing, 3 to 4 innings per appearance. So he's kind of, if you need another starter and a starter gets injured, like you can just throw him right back in there. But yeah, I think it'd be very, very, very effective and a very good thing for the Cardinals bullpen and the starting rotation. So, do you guys want to do a recap of the last 3 series, or you want me to kind of share some of the minor league stuff that I've kind of seen? Because there's been some interesting little tidbits and.
Do minor league stuff.
Let's do minor league stuff. No one cares about. The Cardinals were 3-7 when I was in Italy, so I'm back, and they won their first game since I'm back. So we'll just throw this little stretch out the window.
It was against good pitching too, like I said.
Yeah. So the first thing, I'll start with Quinn Matthews since Tuesday mentioned him. Quinn Matthews looked super, super, super good on would have been Thursday night. 6 innings pitched, was throwing strikes, over 60% strikes, which is way better than he's been. 1 hit only, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. So, I mean, this guy everything was working. He had this swag going, like he looked confident, like you could kind of tell by his body language, like he had it, and he was showing it off. He was telling, I was texting with Kyle, a good friend of ours, Kyle Reese, and I told him, it looks like he knows he's the best player on the field, and he looks like he's telling the hitter that he's the best player on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when you get that Quinn Matthews, and we haven't seen it a lot since 2024, like, it's a different pitcher, and it's a guy who could, if he does this a few more times, like, a major league call-up won't be far away, and, like, this is a guy who could be a game changer for the Cardinals starting rotation if he has this swag. So, really good to see Quinn kind of, I haven't seen this since, early 2025, 2024 time frame. So, it was good to see Quinn with, just excellent appearance, and pitching on Thursday night was excellent throughout the whole entire system. I mean, every pitcher only gave up 2 or less runs. Kate Crossland struck out 9, which is a career high. Tanner Franklin was really good, 5.2 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run on a walk, and 7 strikeouts, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
So, and then Liam Doyle only gave up a pair of runs on a few hits and 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. So, really good pitching day for the org. And one other note from Thursday night that I thought was interesting, Chris Roycroft. And now I know everybody hates Chris Roycroft. He hasn't been effective at the major league level. But he was averaging 98 miles an hour on his sinker. He's averaged 95 this year. In that appearance on Thursday night, he averaged 98.2 miles an hour, touching 99 miles an hour. So that's something I'm going to put a pin in, because if he can keep throwing that sinker at 98 miles an hour instead of like 95, like that could make him a totally different pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Is he placing it well too?
I mean, he kind of he's kind of placing it like he did previously, but like that 3 miles an hour is going to allow that placement to work better.
A lot weaker contact and stuff like that. Yeah.
Actually, I mean,
That's all he gets.
He needs harder. He needs harder contact. Like it doesn't.
All this weak contact hurts him.
Yeah. He needs the players to stop hitting the ball like 60 miles an hour and hit like 70 miles an hour.
112 right to third
80.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good to see Chris Roycroft with an uptick and stuff. Anything else? Trey Richardson is on just this insane stretch that I don't think I've ever seen. Like move over Joshua Baez, 5-homer week last week. Who cares? Trey Richardson, this like 5'8" guy, like hitting 5 homers in like 3 games, 2 multi-homer games. He's got 10 homers in his last
15
games, and this guy had 157, 197. Can't exactly remember the thing off the top of my head. He had 4 homers in his first 3 minor league seasons, and he now has hit 10 in 15 games. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think I've ever seen a power surge. Like on a 20 to 80 scale, so everybody knows your prospect rankings. 80 is top, 20 is the worst. Like this guy was like a 30 future value on power, maybe even less than that.
Yeah.
And like this past 2 weeks, he's been like a 60 future value on the power. So it's been a crazy kind of streak. And
what position does he play?
He's a utility infielder, third base, second base, short.
So like a Sajasi type.
Yeah. But he's 24 at high A, so he's same age as Sajasi at
At a
Peoria.
level significantly below.
So
No wonder he's stepping it up.
yeah. So that's interesting. I don't really have anything else kind of off the top of my head. Joshua Baez has been insane lately too.
Yeah.
Been getting all the extra base hits.
Yeah.
Blaze Jordan's doing all his things, even though he's not playing good defense.
Yeah.
He's doing everything on
We
the
talked
hitting
about
side.
him at the start, didn't we?
Yeah, a little
Was that
bit.
during the podcast?
Yeah.
How he's not gonna. Okay.
Yeah, he's not gonna play third base, guys. Just end that conversation.
Yeah.
Now. So.
Yeah, he's not gonna start first base over Burley.
So, Blaze is pretty much waiting for an injury to happen to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
I've been saying he's good trade bait.
he might be a good trade bait depending on what values.
Like if you did buy at the deadline, like maybe he's a guy you trade for some type of reliever. I don't even want to say names or anything like that, but
yeah.
I
Anything else?
think if you did buy, that would be a good piece.
Go check out me and Aiden's draft articles coming up this next month as we get closer to the MLB draft. It's a lot of good names.
Yep.
A lot of interesting names.
Yep.
Cardinals got 6 picks, so it's going to be the DTC draft stream is going to go crazy. It's going to be like a 6-hour long stream probably. So.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
I know we're still a little bit a ways, but are we still going to try to do a live thing for the trade deadline?
Maybe. We'll see.
I guess it depends, like, because I guess we'll have to kind of see and read the tea leaves of where the Cardinals are going to be at in the trade deadline, because I can see if they're kind of in the same spot, it could be a very quiet trade deadline for the Cardinals, where they just kind of sit on their hands and don't do much.
It's still kind of fun. You know, you still talk about other teams, too.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the Tarek Skubal trade, if that ends up happening with the Tigers 21 games out, it's going to be insane.
I think I told you guys that in the off season. I was like, man, the team that like needs to be bad is the Tigers. Because if they're not bad and they sit there and hold, and I don't think they're good enough to win, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Then Scoople's gonna walk for probably nothing. But if they're bad and can trade Scoople, like, and maybe they got some other players they can sell too. I don't know. But they could maybe re-spark that team or add some good prospects to it, you know?
Yeah.
They basically needed to be bad this year, I felt like.
Yeah. Well, guys, anything else, or should we finish out this episode?
Where you think Scooble goes?
LA.
I want him to go anywhere but LA. Can I tell you? I'm going to tell you this team that I think the team that makes the most sense is the Brewers.
No, they're not going to do
It does.
They're not going to do that.
It makes so much sense. Like, if
It
you're a
doesn't,
Brewers
though.
fan, listen to me.
It makes
Okay.
sense in a baseball term, but it does not make sense in a Brewers term.
Like, what team is going to knock out the Brewers? Like, current team. Like, you're mostly worried about the Dodgers. That's who knocked the Brewers out last year in the NLCS, I think, right?
I think the Braves are better too.
Yeah.
But at least Brewers got some pitching that I think can kind of.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying they're going to beat the Braves, but they can at least like put up a fight, you know.
Sure.
But if you add Skubal to that rotation, they probably have the best rotation in the NL right now, right? Probably. Mariners are
Mizorowski,
probably
Harris.
the best in baseball.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no.
they probably have the best rotation in the NL. If you add Skubal to that, I mean, that's a top 2 or 3 pitcher when healthy, basically. And he's a lefty. What is the Dodgers lineup full of? Lefties. Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, Kyle Tucker, Shohei Ohtani. Like, those are 4 of their 6 probably biggest bats, and they're lefties. So you got Kyle Harrison, who's a lefty, already on the team.
Yep.
That's a good matchup.
Miz.
You got Jacob Mizorowski. He's a righty, but
he's a demon.
Throwing 103 every night and allowing 1 run if the other team's lucky.
Yeah.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
You add Skubal, a lefty, against that team, like, the Brewers could be up 3-0 on the Dodgers just to start the series. Depending, I don't know if it's going to be a 5-game series, 7-game, whatever it is. But whatever the series is, that's 3 wins right there.
Yeah. And if there's ever one...
And then you just circle back around.
Yeah. And
or you throw the 4 starter out, lose that game, and then you circle back around.
Yeah. So, that'll be interesting. I think that'll be a fun team.
It makes a lot of sense.
That'd be a fun team, but but I don't think the Brewers ever...
Yeah.
That's not the way the Brewers
buddy
operate.
that wants he wants a power bat for third base. I've looked into it. Isaac Paredes is like probably the best option for them.
Nolan Gorman.
I said that to him at first. He's like, no. He's like, you know it's bad when a Brewers fan feels bad for you that Gorman is on your team. That's what he said to me, and I was like, oh my god. But I mean, I don't think Paredes would cost that much for them, right? Probably a couple mid-level prospects.
I'm not sure.
Usually bats don't cost as much, so that's kind of what I was thinking. But Skubal clearly is going to cost a lot.
Yeah. Okay, boys.
That's a
interesting.
It's a good team.
Yeah. Okay, boys.
For a team with 0 rings, too. Sorry. You can go.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, I mean, I think we should probably do some sort of trade deadline stream, but we'll see you guys next time.
It'd be fun.
On Redbirds on the Arc.